Ahoy, mateys. So, you be watching film 24, a wise choice.
In 1947, a spaceship crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. The government denies that it was an alien craft, but eyewitnesses claim to have seen the U.S. Army transporting the craft and even aliens away from the crash site. To this day, it's the most talked about UFO incident ever. Or was there another? Our story starts 100 years before the crash.
Now, Ian, you're the writer and director, and Jeff, you're the co-producer. Welcome to Film 24. Now, tell me all about Roswell 1847.
Roswell 1847 is a cowboy film, comedy stroke sci-fi.
It's quite a unique film, I think. It's very unique, and I can understand there'll be a lot of people and sort of sci-fi type people that will be very keen on this film.
It's set 100 years before the actual famous Roswell crash, which was in 1947. So the film is set 100 years before in a cowboy town.
It's quite bizarre because we've got all sorts of different sort of things going on, i.e. it's a western, it's a comedy, it's a mystery, it's a sci-fi, and it's got a lot in it. It's quite involved, but it's quite funny.
And so the homeless, rich, comic, and artistic people set sail on the long journey across the ocean. When they arrive, they go beyond the free land and end up in New Mexico.
Now, what was the inspiration behind the movie?
His mobile phone went off with a cowboy ringtone, and he said, oh, it'd be good to make a cowboy film. So we said, okay, let's do it. So we put up on our forum that we're going to be making a cowboy film. And a guy from the States, who is a relation to Dick Cheney, the Vice President, said, I've seen some of your other films. Whatever film you do next, I want to invest in.
Where's this free land?
Hello, milady. They're offering it in the Americas. Have you ever been there?
No, but as you know, I'm from lots of different places, but never the Americas.
Planning to span your empire?
What?
With more land, milady?
No, but this may be the chance I need to go there.
Well, you're buying a paper, milady?
No, I need to find some people to go with me to the Americas.
Well, I'd love to come.
No, I need stupid people.
Now, you've been working together for a while, but I believe this shoot was actually done in 5 days. I think it's amazing. It's such a short time. I mean, how did you deal with that? How did you cope?
We actually budgeted for 4 days, being a bit realistic, but we knew we was hoping we'd do 4 days, but run over to 5 days, and of course the budget went a bit higher because we have to pay for the locations and the props and everything else.
So I had to dip my hand in my pocket again.
So it was a late finishings? I mean, you'd go for hours and hours and hours?
Yeah, I mean, the actual town, they had constraints on timescales because of councils and stuff, of when they could actually have anybody filming there. But we had a little conversation with them and everything else, and they allowed us to extend it. So we did manage to run over our initial daily filming schedule, so we could try and catch up a bit. But yeah, we had to do an extra day, which it was interesting.
Tell me about the cast, because I believe you both have roles in this movie. You have a small role, but you actually have quite a big role in this, so tell me about the cast.
Well, we've obviously got Norman Lovett from Red Dwarf, and other things as well, but obviously firstly known as Red Dwarf.
I wasn't there for 5 days, so more like 5 hours. To play an alien was something I've always wanted to do, and I'd have paid them to do it, really.
Now this town ain't big enough for all of us.
Then leave.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
I had to play 2 people, So I had to film myself and then myself coming in. So, you know, doing more lines, pretending I'm still there, but I'm not. We need your help.
Don't trust them.
We need to fix our thing. I think there are aliens all around us.
This is a very original idea, and I believe, you know, with comedy, western, and aliens, isn't it kind of Spielberg on the verge of doing something similar?
Funny you should say that. Ian's got a story about this.
Yeah, as we was originally going to call it Cowboys and Aliens. So I checked on the internet to see if there was anything already called Cowboys and Aliens, and there was a graphic novel. So I contacted the owner of the graphic novel and said, you know, we're making a film. It's nothing to do with your book, but we just thought, out of courtesy, we'll let you know. He wrote back and said, sorry, we've sold the rights to a film called Cowboys and Aliens, so therefore we've already copyrighted the name, etc., for a film. Could you change your name? So we said, yeah, we didn't really like your name anyway. It turns out that Spielberg is producing that Cowboys and Aliens film, and Ron Howard's directing it.
It's a ghost town now. After that little incident, folks were worried about walking in the street.
I want to know what you hope the audience will get from watching it.
If you actually watch the film, and there's so many sort of twists and turns, it keeps you guessing all the way along as to whether the town folk are the cowboys or whether they're really aliens or whatever.
Don't give it away.
So I'm just, no, I don't want to give it away, but it just keeps you guessing. And I like films that at the end of when someone walks away from it, they're still thinking about it for at least 5 minutes later than just walking out thinking, oh, end of the film.
It's got a lot in there for people to enjoy. I mean, people who do enjoy comedy, western and sci-fi combined. But what do you want them to take away after watching this movie?
I like people to think, you know, just what happened. Maybe if something did happen 100 years before, would this be the sort of thing that could have happened?